Not going to do a sound test. It all seems to be working fine. Probably should have restarted. But let's just go with it. Everybody seems to want proof anymore. So what day is it? Yep. It's time to do my quarterly shaving again. Been out in the yard. Should I say something nice about my yard man? Since I used to be one. Nobody works anymore. But anybody watching the internet knows. Why work? Stay at home. I wonder how those people in Miami are feeling right now, staying at home. So let's get the good things out of the way first before we talk about Sea Breeze, June 28th, and somebody's looking to pick a fight with the wrong people. See, I've always been an athlete. I may just upload a video about some of my martial arts stuff. But in the meantime, this was my greatest love. This one is called Tobacco Rose, and it's registered. Once, as a daylily grower, should I put it in my ear? Let's see. If it's in this ear, I'm available. And if it's in this ear, I'm taken. And if it's at this, stay away at the bar. And if it's on this, you divorced or somebody died. Not so funny. At 69 years of age, just had a birthday. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I'm going to show you something. My second greatest love outside of Jesus Christ is... Oh, I gotta include kale, mullein, Texas toilet paper. That's why I didn't go out and buy a bunch for $10 a roll. Birds that don't lay eggs in the same place. I just told them today, hey, look, you guys, if you can't lay eggs in the same place, I'm going to replace you with chickens. Speaking of which, I hope Hilly's listening. Oh, and my best friend Ivan Shepherd. I hate to say it, because I didn't say it first. I think your cheese is sliding off your cracker. Whatever that means. Oh, I'd like to see if YouTube does a thing on crackers. Because when I was in college, my grandmother worked at Walker's food plant. And since she's from Arkansas, and I can't even say that. I can't say white. I can't say Negro. I can say maybe Irish. We had to pay our passage for like 4 or 5 years. Here we go. We're going to have a fun video tonight because I'm pulling up all my old stuff. and hooking it up. And I've had this for like 15 years. Poor girl that laid it. She was the cutest little quail I ever saw in my entire life. No, I don't think I need a ruler. And no, this is not an avocado. This is an emu egg. And I'm going to put it away before I break it. Well, this is my best girl. I probably, they're all dinosaurs. You ought to look up the video, the 10 most deadly birds. Birds? Alfred Hitchcock was a horny old guy, but hey, you got the money, you got the clout. Why not? Go for it. Putting it down before I break it. And this is going into the hatchery tomorrow. TMI. All right. Now, what little tricks do I have to pull out of my... I didn't say it. Although I like this, I think it's time to do a shave. What do you guys think? Yeah, I knew I'd probably run out of things to say. So let's talk about Seabreeze, June 28th. Because most of the people viewing my videos now are not tied up with everybody that ever betrayed me in my entire life. And I can only think of one. I'm not sure he betrayed me. I think he's playing chess with me, and he has a bigger plan. Isn't it funny how your hair doesn't grow in all the right places? I remember I don't know what else to call her, my former partners, because I haven't hooked up with anybody. Because I don't trust anybody. I only trust Jesus Christ. And like Sarah said, I'm 90 years old. I can't possibly have a child now. Oh, if you're not part of the Bible club, you don't even know about that one. Well, let's see what we're going to talk about. See, I don't take notes. Oh, Seabreeze, June 28th. Somebody's wanting to start a war. I've talked about this before. And that's when I lost all my views. They're planning on sending so many NATO fleets into the Black Sea I actually kind of like the guy. He's my age. Although I must say, I did ride a horse once with no saddle and no shirt and not enough padding, if you know what I mean. So there's a lot of stuff out there. And like most of you know, you can find him on my video. Hilly 9999. Or is he Hilly 6666? We laugh. He knows my cheese is falling off my cracker. Oh, I can't say cracker. He said it first. He said it to me, and Made me laugh, and I decided I'm just not going to give up. Go away. Well, anyway, June 28th. If you don't have, and I can't do Lynette's, water, food, shelter, security. Thank you, Governor. And everything else. Community. Oh, I got a great community here. I kind of like my beard. Face a little red. I've been out in the sun today. In spite of all the tick spray, I got bug bites. Which brings up my lawn man. I mean, I did lawns and cut trees from the time I was 7 years old, which is against the law, but since all my parents are dead, I think most likely they won't get hung by the neck into the dead. Yes, I'm working on my facial expressions. And yes, I am going somewhere with this. And I probably already said this. I can't say him. Mr. Guy in charge of our government. Over the next 10 to 12 years, they will spend $1 trillion to fix this mess. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know where my bank book is, but I remember in 1981, after being on the top of the world, graduating in the top of my class, couldn't afford anything because I refused to take out a loan. My mom and grandmother said, "We'll be there." And I said, "How?" Oh, it's not getting any better. We'll just take the Greyhound bus down there, and you can meet us and pick us up. And they were clueless. I was supposed to buy a gown, a hat, go to the... And I blame it on you, Cynthia, who probably is not even out there anymore. Something I never talked about. I met a girl. It all starts out with, well, I guess I'm only part of the 10%, but I met a girl. And I didn't forget her. I did not forgive her because 3 years later, she had a seat picked out for me to sit down at graduation. I didn't show up. I went with my best friend at the time. Probably still is in the afterlife. We just went trout fishing. I'm not going to be embarrassed by being in the top 10% of my class. My mom and grandmother doesn't even show up. because I didn't want to show up my Greyhound bus. And I'll tell you something about Greyhound buses. I traveled this nation. You know, this would be totally against the law right now. Can you imagine putting an 8-year-old boy on a Greyhound bus in 1960? There were black people sitting in the back of the bus. But we did stop in Nashville on the way home. And I did knock on the door of the Grand Ole Opry, the home church. And I almost got kidnapped. But I did the one thing that everyone should do. I don't care whether you're all 7 of the red, white, blue, and yellow, and green, and purple. If somebody's looking at something you got, you better run for the authorities, and that's exactly what I did. I walked up to the first police officer I saw, and he asked me what's wrong. I said there's nothing wrong. Because if I say if there's something wrong, you'll detain me. Do you know where my bus is? I'm supposed to get back on the bus. I was just supposed to get off and get a magazine and a candy bar. They escorted me to the Greyhound bus. I don't know how this plays with all of you. But what if Monday, June 28th, NATO sends all of those ships in Black Sea? Nobody studies the map. It's somewhere around Crimea and Ukraine and where all the third worlds started. Third worlds? Third wars started, which result in third worlds. And I'm not going to defend my position about why paper silver and paper gold took a dump, because I know exactly why it did. If you play the paper markets, you manipulate it with paper. Of course, I don't have the money to do any of this, but I was told once, I kind of like this beard. I was told just write it on a piece of paper. I don't guess it's going to recharge. But anyway, there's like 12 movies on here. I'm going to get it working. So what if you did? A lot of stories about Miami right now. Can't comment because I don't have the word of the Lord on it. And I can't say that, look up the USS Fitzgerald. Just launched. Biggest USS carrier. And they detonated a bomb about 1.5 miles away from it to test its hull integrity. Guess what? It was about 1 mile off of Miami. Okay. Let's see, we're almost to 20 minutes, and I got a lot to say. Paper dumped because it's a half year into the second quarter. And most people don't even know what I'm talking about. They sold their paper to buy the real stuff because Basel III is coming. And if nobody emails me, if nobody calls me, I'll continue talking. But not for now, because I have 50 of these. And if 10 hatch, 8 are going to be roosters. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you. And for those of you who banned me, blocked me, I think your cheese is falling off your cracker.